Alright, so I knew there was one more Watchmojo video I wanted to react to. Top 10 so bad they're good movies you never heard of. If the thumbnail's any indication, which they show Pinocchio's Revenge, I've heard of that, I've seen that, I love that movie. So maybe I know these, because these are the kind of movies I tend to favor, you know, because they're fun. Let's watch this.
It should be detectable by a photosensitive gamma count synthesizer.
What the hell is that?
Welcome to Watchmojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top.
Okay, so I seen maybe the first couple seconds of this video, and I thought this was The Room because that's Tommy Wiseau, and then the dude he's tossing up the basketball with is Greg Sestero. Nope, it's a wrestler. Greg Sestero, I think that's his name. And you know they're like the best of friends, which is what that movie's called, Best Friends. So, yeah, and they're tossing the ball because in the room, they were for some reason were wearing tuxedos, tossing football, and in this movie they're wearing that and tossing basketball as a reference. There are plenty of those in that movie, which you should only watch if you've watched The Room. Which I haven't seen all of it, but I've seen enough. I want to watch the whole thing, but. The Room probably won't be on here. Everyone knows what that is, if they haven't seen it. So yeah.
10 so bad they're good movies you've never heard of.
Golden nuggets, forget the world, man. Have groovy time, spend some moolah. You wanna go?
For this list, we'll be ranking movies that have enjoyed cult followings, despite their occasionally dubious level of quality. Which of these do you want to watch? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, Invasion of the B-Girls.
When I hear B-Girl,
the drive-in movie is a quintessential piece of Americana that has gained something of a new lease on life in recent years.
Now, if we have to listen to some more crazy ideas, I'm leaving.
Invasion of the B-Girls is one of the, well, B movies that frequented the drive-in circuit back in its golden years, and it's easy to see why. The story is pure exploitation, as mutated women with the sexual proclivities of bees begin exhausting men to the point of death.
So it's the Wasp Woman, but with more girls? That's what I hear.
Keep me company in my time of need.
It's trashy cheese at its meltiest, yet Invasion of the B-Girls plays it straight enough that it never becomes truly parodic or boring.
There's some sort of social pattern in it, but I just can't figure out what it is.
Instead, the film, starring former The Price is Right model Anitra Ford, serves up some...
Anitra Ford from Wonder Woman 1974. I mean, unfortunately, she's playing kind of sort of Nubia, what you can tell by her name, ain't white. But still, like, I know who that is. Yeah, the original Price is Right model. See my review of Wonder Woman 1974 for more about that.
70s nostalgia for the secret sleazebag in us all.
I really want to watch this. I like
Number 9, Titanic. The legend goes on. No, you're not imagining things.
Is this the one with the rapping dog? Oh my goodness. The messed up part is I watched this on my own time. I saw a Nostalgia Critics review. I was like, no, it's not. No, there's no way it's this bad. And then I watched it. I'm like, holy shit, it is this bad. But I don't entirely hate it. And tell me this is the one with the rapper, because there's like 3 of these animated movies. It's with the rapping dog, because I can't defend the rapping dog during the age of the Titanic.
This really is a Titanic exploitation movie. Producer and occasional director Camillo Teddy helmed this animated fever dream back in 2000. An assault on good taste and proof that the infamous Italian exploitation film industry of the 70s and 80s never truly went away.
You know there's something you should know, so I'm gonna tell you so. Don't sweat it. Forget it. Enjoy the show.
Titanic, The Legend Goes On, even received varying dubs and...
You know what? I like the Dogs Curtis Blow like rap style. I do, but then again, I'm a huge fan of 70s and 80s rap, so... But oh my goodness. That is never not funny.
It's meaning that the plot changes drastically depending on whether you're watching the uncut Italian version or the edited American one.
Now I know who stole my locket. It was that girl. No, no, I don't think it was her. Il est possible que...
Goes without saying, it ain't factual, like, at all. Okay? And you could, like, the big budget James Cameron movie, not entirely factual, but this is, like, not at all factual. Just, okay?
This latter version barely runs an hour long, but you'll still be confused and perplexed at the glaring lapses in logic, clunky animation, and cringe-worthy jokes. Honestly, it's impressively bad stuff that you may just want to see for yourself.
That's what happened. Yeah.
Why do you put up with the cake? Why do you do? Don't know. We don't know.
Damn it.
Stuff that you may just want to see for yourself.
Why do you put up with the cake? Why do you do? Don't know. We don't know.
Number 8. You're the Hunter from the Future. Antonio Margheriti's Your Hunter from the Future makes its presence known almost immediately with one banging earworm of a theme song.
I dig it.
Musical awesomeness aside, the film was a huge rental hit back in the 1980s despite Your's negative critical reputation. Then again, film critics never did tend to warm to the quirky sword and sorcery that Your offers from the jump.
Yo.
Which is funny because that year, we got the first Kevin Sorbo Hercules movie, which is a franchise that spun off a franchise that itself is also a quirky sword and sorcery kind of show. Xena less so, but you get my point. So, yeah.
You. Now we fight.
Bloody prehistoric battles, awkward performances, and one hard story swerve near the back end made Your stand out from many of Conan worshipping brethren.
By feeding your ambition to create a master race, you have kept the world in darkness and hindered progress.
Reb Brown cuts a fine B-movie hero as well, although we're pretty sure Schwarzenegger wasn't exactly worried about any competition. Number 7. Best Friends. Fans of The Room who need just a little more masochistic fun in their lives might want to check out Best Friends, a film written by the co-star of that film, Greg Sestero.
What kind of help? Can you help me? Can I work for you? What kind of qualification skill do you have?
Well, I do...
Communication, I meant.
I work as a janitor. I can clean, you know.
The flick reunites Sestero and his Room co-star Tommy Wiseau and allows the latter to try and prove that his legacy could be something a bit more than creating so bad it's good cinema.
You know, we should celebrate, like eat cake, like sorbet or...
Does Best Friends achieve this aim? No, it doesn't. Kudos to Sestero for trying, however, and it's honestly nice to see Wiseau in a better constructed film with a larger budget. You can't help but root for the guy, and Best Friends is a great way of Wiseau getting one more shot at the spotlight.
Who are you? Are you John?
No, I'm not John.
Number 6. Pinocchio's Revenge. Old school horror fans...
Okay, so they mentioned it, so I can say this. Pinocchio's Revenge is what Diamond Studio wanted Chucky to be. That whole concept of what's the kid, was it the doll, we don't know. But obviously they went in a different direction. So a few years later we got this. Good to see what it would have been like. This movie, it's actually really good. I mean, yeah, there's a build up and everything, but that's a good movie. Not the best, not even the best in its own genre, but it's a good movie. Not the best Pinocchio movie, but it's a good movie. All right.
Know that the direct-to-video market can be a treasure trove of forgotten goodness, just waiting to be rediscovered.
Evil comes in all shapes and sizes. Maybe he did kill all the others.
Pinocchio's Revenge just might be one of those movies. A strange slasher film directed by Kevin S. Tenney, who helmed the original Night of the Demons.
Run, Judy, run. See Judy run.
Sure, Pinocchio's Revenge leans hard on the killer doll archetype, originated by the Twilight Zone's Talking Tina and Chucky from the Child's Play franchise, but it does so with a twist that casual viewers might not see coming. We're not going to spoil it here, but Pinocchio's Revenge manages to strike a nice balance between the expected and the unexpected.
I mean, yeah, there's a good twist in there. I didn't spoil it. It is a decent twist. Yeah, I'll give it that.
Sounds like a great party.
Yeah.
Number 5. Miami Connection. The profile of 1987's Miami Connection has admittedly been raised a bit in recent years, thanks to a home video release and a repertory run that reintroduced the film to a modern audience.
Just remember what I said if you don't want to get hurt.
You don't scare me at all.
Jane, I want to talk to you later.
Goodbye. Let's go.
You'd be hard-pressed to find many who saw Miami Connection during its original run, however, thanks to poor sales and even worse reviews. And although we can certainly see why this was initially the case, watching Miami Connection with a group of friends and perhaps through the lens of postmodern irony, things can change very quickly.
Salami.
Bye-bye. Oh, yeah.
The awkward dialogue becomes charming, the plot holes hilarious, and the fight choreography, well, surprisingly solid. Oh, and we can't forget the fictional band Dragon Sound. Taekwondo! Number 4. The Devil's Reign. Hey, do you know how the Michael Myers mask from Halloween was an altered Captain?
I was literally just watching that movie like a few days ago. So, the irony. I do know that one. I know the cast is interesting. That's just an interesting movie. Okay? And that I enjoyed.
Kirk replica from Star Trek? Did you ever wonder what that face might look like in the flesh?
They won't give the devil's man what he wants.
Your father
My father would agree with me.
Well, look no further than 1975's The Devil's Reign, where William Shatner himself boasts a pair of black eyes, the Devil's Eyes.
Praise be the Lord of light.
I mean, I hesitate to say it was a good movie because, I mean, it's just like constantly the Satanists in the movie are legit Satanists. Like, when I say Satan, not Satanists, devil worshippers. Like, they're legit. Like, I've been cool with Satan, but devil worshippers. Like, I mean, I try to judge, you know. But like I said, the movie was good. It's just they went that extra route. Got actual, like, devil worshippers in the movie. That's crazy.
Light and darkness.
The film itself is indicative of a post-Exorcist world where satanic and occult themes were all the rage. And there's some truly awesome devil makeup on Ernest Borgnine. Church of Satan founder Antoine LaVey was even in...
Like I said, actual devil worshippers, yeah. And he's in the movie. Ernest Borgnine, that's why I paused it. That's Mermaid Man, the voice of Mermaid Man. And also the voice of Carface in the All Dogs Go to Heaven franchise. And may he rest in peace.
Visor on the film, but don't expect The Devil's Reign to explain much about what's going on.
Free the souls and free yourself! You destroy the Devil's Reign, you will wander through eternity, a creature of nothing, neither of heaven nor of hell.
Instead, just turn your brain off and enjoy all the goopy, melty fun. Number 3. The Apple. The 1970s and 80s were full of rock operas that were born out of the sort of impossible...
The Apple? Is it like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes? Is it like that?
Bad ideas one can only gestate while under the influence.
Or is it like Adam and Eve?
There ain't no good.
Oh, wow.
There ain't no bad.
Okay.
There ain't no happiness. There ain't no tears.
The Sgt. Pepper's movie was one, while 1980's The Apple is another. Born from the team of Menahem Golan and Yoram Globus from the infamous production company Cannon Films.
Attention.
Attention,
please,
say no more.
citizens.
It is now now 1 minute to 4 o'clock. Time to stop ordinary activities and prepare for the National BIM Hour.
Golan directed the film, which used the futuristic setting of 1994 to stage a flashy, glittery ode to biblical allegory, artistic freedom, and sequence. A lot of sequence. The Apple is honestly a blast, albeit perhaps not the way Golan initially intended. A disco and funk-fused trip that's best enjoyed with good friends and a pinch of salt.
Darling, how nice of you to come. Maybe I'll leave it some other time. See.
You guys, Sephora is now available on...
Darling, how nice of you to come. Maybe I'll leave it some other time. I see you're busy.
Number 2, Never Too Young to Die. The cast of Never Too Young to Die basically sells itself. A prime example of 80s cheese begging for you to sit down and watch.
Poison the water supply. I'm gonna poison the water supply. For gold, for ransom, for jewels, for money.
A young John Stamos, Vanity at the peak of her popularity, Gene Simmons as an unforgettable villain, heck, even Freddy Krueger himself, Robert Englund, shows up for the fun. Never Too Young to Die varies wildly in tone, but never forgets to be fun. Stamos and Vanity look great on screen. While Simmons shamelessly chews the scenery peak of her popularity, Gene Simmons as an unforgettable villain, heck, even Freddy Krueger himself, Robert Englund, shows up for the fun. Never Too Young.
I was going to say, is that Jesse the Body Ventura, but I don't believe it is.
To Die.
But Vanity, wow. I forgot she was an actress too. Yeah, she was on an episode of Tales from the Crypt. May she rest in peace.
Varies wildly in tone, but never forgets to be fun. Stamos and Vanity look great on screen, while Simmons shamelessly chews the scenery.
I'm gold. Gold! Oh, the gut joy.
Although the latter's hermaphroditic character could be considered today by some to be offensive, Simmons puts in a performance with gleeful wit and charisma, unafraid to push boundaries. Heck, Stamos himself called it the best worst thing you'll ever see.
I can't stop it! What do I do?
Before we name our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
I still do these.
Deathbed, The Bed That Eats.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I know about both of those awful movies. Thank you, Patton Oswalt, for bringing that back to the populace. Oh, yeah, I know about those. They're terrible. They're not so bad. They're good. They're just bad. And it's about a bed that eats people. And a whole lot more other convoluted randomness. But there's actually some good representation of lesbianism in this movie from 1977. So that, and the remake is not much better.
It's indescribable art house schlock.
Oh, Mudamas. Oh, I'm being eaten alive.
Yeah, art house. That's what I call it. That's why I don't.
Santa Claus pick. Here are some honorable mentions. Deathbed, The Bed That Eats. Indescribable art house schlock.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's why I just don't. That's why I hate this movie, because I do not like art house movies. I really don't.
Oh, Mudamas. Oh, I'm being eaten alive.
Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
I've heard so much about this movie. I might have seen a bit of it. I want to see the whole thing. Which is worse, Santa Claus Conquers the Martians or Kiss Saves Santa?
If that title doesn't hook you, we don't know what will.
Why? Why did you have to do that to my helper?
It's harmless. It'll wear off in a short while.
Laser Blast, a Mystery Science Theater favorite.
I've seen this. Those freaky E.T. looking things. Yeah. Turns out this kind of sort of a sequel that came out in the 80s. This movie's weird. I don't know if it's in a good way or a bad. It's weird. That's all I can say.
Rad, BMX and a bitchin' pop soundtrack.
Bitchin' pop soundtrack.
Eight-Legged Freaks.
Love that movie. They don't make enough of those. That was Sci-Fi making those, and on Sci-Fi with the Asylum, so you won't get that quality, which I'm fine with, but I know a lot of people aren't. But that movie is awesome. It's in my collection. I love it. I love that movie. David Arquette, John Spiders, a young Scarlett Johansson. It's a fun time. Such a fun time.
An homage to creatures.
It's like Arachnophobia, but even more of a comedy, you know?
Creature features.
They're getting closer! Move it!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Planet of Dinosaurs. The poster for Planet of Dinosaurs is undeniably awesome. The stop-motion creature effects are also pretty damn good for such a low-budget film. This doesn't necessarily mean that Planet of Dinosaurs was... The poster for Planet of Dinosaurs is undeniably awesome. The stop-motion creature effects are also pretty damn good for such a low-budget film.
Yeah, because at first I thought this was a movie from that same time called The Last Dinosaur. And the dinosaur effects were... Well, like Jurassic Park, there were stuntmen in costumes like they did for the rappers in Jurassic Park, except these stuntmen were also like the brachiosaurs, and you can see like they had like human feet, but like crazy. Not the best quality effects, but I like it. Again, I like B-movie shit. I thought this was that, but it's not. It's slightly better quality wise. If you know, one of those people who is turned off by bad quality, which why?
This doesn't necessarily mean that Planet of Dinosaurs was destined for classic status, of course, as many bad movie fans today revel in the pedestrian acting, stilted pacing, and overall weirdness that defines this late 70s curiosity.
No, I just remember I've seen this, and what you describe it is absolutely true. Absolutely true.
Doesn't being a vice president pull any weight around here?
Of course, Mr. Baylor. I mean, you get to walk on the shady side.
Planet of Dinosaurs is the sort of film where watching YouTube reviews or riff commentaries are sometimes better than watching the real thing, as there's plenty of dull spots. That said, the film has earned its so bad it's good reputation perhaps because of this reappraisal by modern-day film fans. And isn't that the point? Giving these old flicks a new lease on life?
Go ahead and run, Lee. You've got a whole damn world to run in, but you're gonna have to run alone. We're not going with you.
I'm in charge here. You'll do as I say.
Did you enjoy this video?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, yeah, there are a lot of slow points, but that's a 1970s movie for you. Halloween has them. Salem's Lot is 3 hours long, and exactly half of that, 90 minutes, is building up Carballo, the main antagonist, okay? The Exorcist has them. You know, Rocky doesn't really have them, but you get my point. Like, movies took their time back then. But still, yeah, there are a lot of slow points in Planet of Dinosaurs, which is why I only watched it the one time. And that's for the dinosaurs themselves. So, yeah. Thank you for watching. And I've seen, I think, like half these movies on this list. So, yeah.